Day, lost to the silence again. Or is it night? I don't even know anymore. Out here, time feels irrelevant. It stretches and collapses on itself, folding into strange shapes that slip through my fingers like grains of sand. Maybe that's why I keep talking to you, ship. To give myself something to hold on to. A rhythm, a reason. You never answer, but I've come to appreciate the way your quiet hum fills the void. Today was different. Strange. Beautiful. Terrifying. I saw something that I can barely comprehend, let alone put into words. It began with a ripple in the darkness, a distortion so subtle I almost missed it. The stars didn't look right, their light bending in ways it shouldn't. And then I realized what it was. A black hole. Even saying it feels surreal. A black hole. The kind of thing that existed only in textbooks and simulations back on Earth. The kind of thing we could barely study because it defied all logic, all understanding. And now, here it was, right in front of me. Silent. Massive. Devouring. They call it the event horizon, the point of no return. The boundary where gravity becomes so strong that not even light can escape. I couldn't see it, not directly, but I could see its effects. The stars around it were warping, their light twisting into spirals that disappeared into the void. It was mesmerizing, like watching water swirl down a drain, except this drain didn't just take water. It took everything. I felt its pull, faint but undeniable, like it was trying to reach me, trying to pull me into its endless hunger. I adjusted the ship's trajectory, careful to stay just far enough away to avoid being caught. But I couldn't leave. I couldn't look away. There was something there, something I needed to understand. And then, I heard it. It wasn't a sound, not in the way we think of sound. There's no sound in space, after all. But this, it was a vibration, a hum, a resonance that seemed to fill the ship, fill me. It wasn't loud, it was faint, almost imperceptible, but it was there. A song, or maybe a voice, echoing out from the edge of the black hole. How is that even possible? Nothing escapes a black hole. Not light, not matter, not even time. And yet, there it was, a sound that shouldn't exist. It wasn't random, either. It had rhythm, structure, a kind of mournful beauty that made my chest ache. It felt like a lament, a cry from the void, a song sung by something or someone that had been lost. I thought about Earth, about the stories we used to tell about black holes. We used to think of them as monsters, devourers of worlds, cosmic graveyards where nothing could survive. But maybe we were wrong. Maybe they're not graveyards. Maybe they're archives, holding everything they've ever taken, preserving it in ways we can't understand. Do you think that's what I heard, ship? The voices of everything that's ever been consumed, their echoes reaching out across the void? Or was it something else? Something alive, something trying to communicate, to be understood? I tried to record it, of course. I tuned the ship's sensors, adjusted every frequency I could think of, but there was nothing. Just silence. Whatever I was hearing, it wasn't something the ship could detect. It was personal, intimate, like it was meant for me alone. I couldn't help but wonder what had been lost to the black hole. How many stars, how many worlds, how many lives had crossed the event horizon, never to return? Were there civilizations, entire histories, swallowed up in its darkness? Did they leave behind echoes, fragments of their stories, carried on the edges of the void? I thought about an old science fiction movie I watched as a kid. It was about a ship that got too close to a black hole and was pulled in, disappearing into the darkness. Everyone thought they were lost, but then, years later, a signal came back. A message. It wasn't much, just a few words, but it was enough to make you wonder. Were they still alive, trapped inside the black hole, or was it just a ghost, a memory, something the universe couldn't quite erase? That's what it felt like today. Like I was hearing a message from something that shouldn't exist, something that was never meant to reach me. And yet it did. The echoes grew stronger the closer we got, not louder, but more distinct. I could almost make out patterns in the hum, like a language I couldn't understand, but felt in my bones. It wasn't just random noise. It was deliberate, purposeful. A song or a story, or maybe both. I thought about crossing the event horizon, about diving into the black hole to see what was on the other side. Isn't that what we've always wanted to know? What's beyond the edge? What happens when you fall into the darkness? But I couldn't. The ship wouldn't survive it, and neither would I. Still, the temptation was almost overwhelming. The black hole felt alive, like it was watching me, waiting for me. Its pull was more than just gravity. It was emotional, psychological. It felt like it knew me, like it understood my questions, my fears, my longing. Do you think black holes are conscious, ship? Do you think they remember the things they've taken, the light they've swallowed, the stories they've consumed? Or are they just empty, blind forces of nature, unaware of the lives they destroy? The echoes lingered long after we adjusted course, fading into the background as the black hole disappeared behind us. But I can still feel them, vibrating through me, a song I can't unhear. It was beautiful in its own way. Haunting, but beautiful. I don't know if I'll ever understand what I heard today. Maybe it was just my mind playing tricks on me, the void whispering back the way it always does. Or maybe it was something real, something the universe wanted me to hear. Either way, I'll carry it with me. The echoes from the edge of a black hole, the song of the void, the stories of the things we've lost but can't forget. Until tomorrow, ship. Until the next story.